They have been taking up jobs. These things anger people and they could take matters in their own hands. What say you to
maybe
this? Yeah.
maybe the international community that were reminding us to make sure we don't break rules and regulations. They are still there, and they we have to respect the laws of the republic. That's what we did. When I was in power, when they tell me that no, this is a tenure position, you cannot move the person until the tenure expire. So be it. That's the law. We can break the law. So I hope that the government will take heed. It's important to respect the law of the republic. We're not democratic period. We need to respect the laws. All we look for is to respect the law, and that's what we did.
Looking at the common people, the common people are losing their jobs at various places as well, not just for the tenure position holder. They are the one that feeling the thing the most. They got nothing.
Maybe when you are angry and you elect the wrong people thinking that they are the saviors, it's wrong. You understand? We were in opposition before. If you employ poor people that have the minimum, and somebody come to power and believe that because they associate with other people, they have to be taking a job. This is very bad. That's not good. No leader can do that. And what $50 job, $100 job? You mean the government that come to power that came to rescue cannot even give a $50, $100 job lead a citizen on that job? This is wrong. It's wrong. Everything that is doing wrong, and we know that. But again, the peace of Liberia is the most important. It's the most important, and that's why we in accordance with the law. This is wrong. People supported the Unity Party. I came to power. I left them there. These are citizens of the country. But you can employ a Senegalese man, and you refuse to employ a Liberian. Is that what it is? No, it's wrong. It's wrong. Everything that they're doing is wrong. Maybe the disrespect is wrong. Breaking our laws is wrong. And the old men know that. Waka know that. Waka know that. When we were there, the Bwaka, we used to go to him, even fee Bwaka because of his title. You know what I'm saying? Make it comfortable because of a title. Because you see what he's doing. You get a lot of gangsters around here and thinking that Liberia is afraid of gangsters. It's a lie. It's a lie.
Wow, but you should be concerned as well. Why it is true that you're in opposition, you should be concerned. You also have a responsibility to maintain the peace of the country. Though the burden has shifted on the government to maintain the peace.
I've always kept the peace of the Republic of Liberia.
Okay.
During Ellen time, I've kept the peace. During the President Dota, I kept the peace. Amos Soyota, I kept the peace. Chancellor, I kept the peace. I have never broken anything in this country. I work for peace in our country, and I'm on record. Even the United Nations know that I work for peace. So I'm not trying to break the peace. What I'm telling you that those people that say they came to rescue us, they are breaking the laws of the republic, and it is wrong. If you can't see it, AB, it is wrong. It is wrong. Because in the government that I serve, tenure position was respected. Today, you can say that you're taking the person off because he associated with somebody. No, but you see, we are different. The respect I have for Ellen Johnson, I kept that respect. And the respect I kept for her, to respect the laws of the republic. I even worked with Ellen Johnson as a peace ambassador. You understand? So I don't have a issue of keeping the peace of the country. Of course, we are peaceful, but we will not allow people to break our laws and then intimidate people, and we just sit. That would never happen. We in opposition. Ellen Johnson, Madam Ellen Johnson said, let me give her the respect. because that's somebody that I respect so much. She did some things that we disagree, and we went to her and spoke to her. By the rule of law, we have the right to protest, and we protest. We went to Ellen, and she understood that. She came on the table and we talked. You understand? They respecting leaders that are traveling, and you refuse for them to use the laws that they built, and Liberians sit down there and say, yeah, it's right. No, it's not right. If the Bwaka man, he was not even president, and we give him a VIP all the time he's traveling, what he's doing is wrong, and you need to wake up. Those things are wrong. Those things are wrong. Everyone said that. You want that change? Bwaka was not a change. Bwaka was never the change. Those few people that believe that all the years, almost 171 years, they left this country, they wanted to come back because of where they were, there was no pressure. They think that they can get in Liberia and lie, say they came for a change. There's no came for a change. Why they changing? To break the laws is why they changing? No. There will be a period and we will check. But again, like I said to all citizens, and that's why you saw today, in the ring, go to have your program and be peaceful. Enjoy yourselves. Be together, recalibrate. You know what I'm saying? Regain the people confidence. And Liberians are there. You got some sound Liberians that believe that we were the right group. Yes, I'm not saying that everything was roses. No, but we fought for this country in the midst of a pandemic. Liberia shine amongst a great nation. So what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? So the disrespect to our citizens is wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Respect the law. I did not bring 10 jobs. We met it. The Unity Party left it with us, and we respected it. So what's going on? Is it that Bwaka angry because during Ellington there were 10 jobs, and he want to break it because you are not happy? Is that why he's saying to us? Because the 10 job, I didn't do it. I made it there, and I respected the laws of the republic. And also, thank you for this time, for giving the opportunity. But there will be a time I hope that our people realize that we made a mistake. We made a mistake. We're in a new era, and they send us back to the old era. We need to correct that.
Liberia is in trouble. But I tell you this, I still repeat, if the president refuses to change, then the government is in trouble. The government, if you finish this government, let's thank God. Because as from next year, it's have to be fluctuating. And all the people that is in the government, they are liars. All of them. They don't know why they are there. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know the reason of staying in that system. They are just pushing the vehicle like this. They don't know where the vehicle, they don't know where it's going. So the forefathers of Liberia, they are in pains. It's very regrettable. Even the former president, Syphilis, is even regret having this person as a president. So that is just it. They believe that Dr. Wheon is too much for Liberia. That is the man who have brought total transformation to Liberia. That is a man who have turned Liberia to mini London or mini US. And he will have done it in the second term. But they don't understand. They are angry with him. They believe that he's against them. They believe that he doesn't like Liberians. That's what they believe. That's what they believe. You say Liberia will be zero in sports. Zero.
In sports?
Tell me something. Zero. Oh yeah, go to Nations Cup now. Go to Nations Cup. Let's see. Let me see you Nations Cup. Go to Nations Cup. I'll give $500,000. If you qualify for Nations Cup, I'll give your national team $500,000. I promise. Your Nations Cup, your Liberia now. If you don't know, in 2 years' time, Liberia will be worse. Will be one of the worstest country in the whole world. What I mean, worstest country in the whole world. If the Liberia will not protest against this government, tell me there is no God. If Liberia will not begin to cry, coming together to cry and said, we don't want you again, leave, resign, tell me there is no God. I will never serve God again. I am a prophet of God, and I'm talking as a prophet. Right? The hardship, you have not seen that ship now. In 2 years' time, you will see the hardest hardship you have never experienced. Liberia will drink dirty water, and they will be thanking God for drinking. That is the kind of president you have. This president does not have anything. He doesn't have any template. He doesn't have any roadmap for the nation. They just force him there. It was rigged election. Rigged election. It was forced on you people. It was forced to be president. So, and the people who connive to do all of this and put him there, right? US.
You mean US, the United States?
United States. They are involved in this election. I am telling you, not politically, I am telling you spiritually what I foresaw. It was rigged. Totally rigged. And now they have seen it, that this person does not know anything. This person cannot
be asked to resign. But this case, watch the process and see.
Speaker Kofa resigned.
Speaker, he will never resign.
Your statement was very strong, reflecting the light of Speaker Kofa. That was very strong
He
for
has
you.
given us the assurance that we have decided to stay our ground to be behind him. Any attempt for him to resign, he'll never be taken.
That's a threat, sir. In what way, sir?
I don't care. Then he shouldn't play for all of us. You can't allow us to stay behind you. Then you make mockery all of us. You can't make mockery all of me. You cannot. He has said my statement. So has they reached a number? No, have they reached a number?
Yeah.
So when you just walk out, you say you get quorum, 36, 37, then you go from your is that what
That's knowing that by 2023 you'll be tired.
Okay.
Knowing that 2023 you'll be tired, you could have a good heart, everything good, but the brain is going down. You're not holding the end, you're moving down the hill. This is nature. My father, right now, I buy him pamper. Every day I gotta buy a pamper. There's a man who bought me pamper before. I'm buying pamper now because the time has reached. So I thought the old man could be president in 2017 and run for this. And he himself said, he said, when you win, you run for one term. He himself said it. I agree with him. 2023, no, I disagree. In my mind,
in thanking God
he should
for
rest.
the blessings of life. I thank God as I clock 86, the blessings of life, blessings of challenges and opportunities, blessings of excitements and sorrows. The latest sorrow being the sudden death of my two older professional sons in a short period of 2 years apart. But the message today is not about me. It is about you. It is about us. It is about the country.
It has been an honor and a privilege.
It's a good evening to all of you wherever you are. This country is an interesting country. And that is where we are getting as a people. And so we are grateful to the Almighty God that we are certainly getting there. And with God above all, we will over all prevail, no matter what it is. And we are right here together again to do what we normally would do for our country. And this is quite a fascinating night for all of us. And we are right here together to do what we can for our country. And this is it, the turning moment. And of course, there's a turning point. I want to call it a turning point and a crucial point in time. We are at a stage now where all is getting set for it to be as if it is the citizens versus the government, meaning you're not going to take anybody from there now. So the stage is getting set for that, and which is very much important. And this time, I can tell you for sure that the political actors are not going to be involved because they themselves, they are going to lose what they love so much. It's about taking it from them and giving it back to the citizens. And I like the fact that the stage is getting set for that. You know, there are things that may be happening, and sometimes they are just inevitable. There's something they call inevitability of something, meaning whether you like it or not, it will happen. I don't care, you go or you come down, it will happen. Any kind of way you shift it, it will stay happen. Any kind of way you turn it around, it will stay happen. I don't care what you do, because it's supposed to happen. When something is destined to happen, whichever way you put it, it will stay happen. You like it, you change location, it will stay happen. It will still point to that same thing that's supposed to happen because it's supposed to happen. So we are right here tonight on this very day, and we are certainly getting there. And we are getting reports that I don't know, but we are getting reports that the senator of Grand Bassa County and pro tempore of the Liberian Senate in Yomli Kanga Lawrence, she's not faring too well. You know, you may put all politics aside, and she's my Bassa sister, and I may put all aside. These are moments that you don't, and I put all aside, but I'm hearing that she's not too well. Others are reporting, it's still rumored that she suffered from stroke, and she's taken away and to the U.S. What I understand, which is confirmed, is that she wrote a communication to the Senate indicating that she may not be available for today's sections because she's not faring too well. That was what I got from some of her colleagues at Liberian Senate. As to the reason behind that, we don't know, but others are saying, and there was one of my friends and who called me and said, "Oh, AB, I'm getting this news that they said Nyobli suffered from minor stroke and she's being taken abroad for speedy attention." And I said, "Wow, I pray for the best for her, but I'm trying to check on it, and I'm trying to check it all out to see what might be the case. And if anything is the case, all I can wish for Nyobli Kanga Lawrence is for her to get well. And secondly, I would like to tell Nyobli Kanga Lawrence to be very careful with the persons she says they sit with at that legislature. I'm not accusing, look, since you people have demonized yourself and you believe you can do anything to get power, you know when Henry Costa said Jeremiah Kun is a boyo, he can sacrifice human parts to do anything. People like Nyobli Kanga Lawrence then were yoking with Jeremiah Kun because they all were fighting for the same power. Today, Jeremiah Kun is preparing himself to eliminate anybody wherever it is. That's why you see he's having heavy involvement in the legislature. And he also could be somebody who's aiming at Nyobli Kanga Lawrence, because we understand that he and Nyobli Kanga Lawrence, they are hard frictions. Things are happening and you can't rule out anything. These guys love power. They will do anything to get it at all costs. The only thing that carrying people at all today and we are passing around here is just by the grace of God. Those guys are wicked. They are not good. They are users. They can sacrifice anybody, anytime. They don't care. So, I see some seditions where say, oh, my heart broken. Yeah, that politician you will depend on, you can pray. I always told you people this. Why you don't want to learn that part from me? Trust yourself and believe in yourself for everything you will do. If you believe that the people don't okay you for nothing, they can even look at you in their office, they kill you and eliminate you because of the power they want so much. Because you know what? They don't fit anywhere else in society, but rather to suck on the country. So as a result, that the only alternative that is available to them. When you heard Joseph Boga say, even if they call for me to dance with the devil, or because you put your own answer, or because the other person put their own answer, you know how many demonic things these people they have done to make sure that they are to where they are and they can do anything, or because they'll lead that thing. But Yombi Kanga Lawrence, be very careful. Yombi Kanga Lawrence, be very careful. You are my sister, Basa sister. Whether we go or we come down, be very careful. People are on early eliminations. They are doing it too early. The Kofa thing that you hear about today, you know when it started? Normally, it started way in March. January, February, March. Better 3 months the mayor in power, it started. And you see the extent of where it is going now, and you see the kind of actors that are involved now. It tells you that these people, they don't care. That's why sometimes I tell you Liberians that you're the one making them to do the nonsense then, because you're sitting back and allowing them to do the nonsense. But the time is coming. The time is almost at hand. And the stage is getting set for us to know that it is them versus us. And which, of course, is very important. And I really appreciate all of you. And whether you're lucky or not, you'll go or you'll come down, the people that can do anything. Me, I don't want to talk about, but you see, the problem there is it was Costa that said that Jeremiah Kun can sell human parts. And anybody who sells human parts, you are a killer. And what is the essence of selling human parts? It's for medicinal ritual purpose. So you do it for ritual purpose. So if anybody can do anything for ritual purpose, a guy, a first wife to be crazy and confined in room, he hearing that sound. That kind of person with all his people, then keep people dear to his heart, they're not correct, they're not normal. That kind of person living that kind of life that people talking about all over the place. I don't know whether these things they always talking about him, because what Costa then was saying, whether all the things that they can be talking about him all over the place, they are whatever. But again, I'm just telling Yombi Kanga Lawrence to be very, 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 very careful. If it is true that she suffered from that, she has to be very, very careful. Though I know it can be normal that people can suffer from that as well. Because you may look like you well or whatever it is, you know, anything can happen to you. I know that for sure. But again, just a sign of caution to her that she has to be very, very careful. In as much as there had been some uneasiness between she and that of Kun in relation to leadership. Though Kun is the president, and he's the presiding or so forth here and there, but I know nobody exercised some substantial influence, especially when it came to the appointments and things there. You know, the Burger office, they used to send it to her, then she would read it. Kun never had anything doing it, where some of the frictions came up, and the guys are well situated, especially the Yombi, the pro tem. So these are things that are happening, and we are certainly getting there. So no matter what the circumstances are, I just thought to give you that update, and I'm wishing that God will be with her. If it is true that she's sick, God will be with her. She will recover and bounce back. And so that is what it is. I cannot go to any extreme to wish my Basa sister evil for whatever reasons. No, I have nothing against her. No, I haven't sensed any yet. Even if it were, I cannot in this instant case wish her that. But again, God operates in mysterious ways. There are things that people sign onto that they can pay for in several other ways. And so I think with God, all things are possible, right? So we are there. And tonight, the cash giveaway continues. We are still on the campaign. There is a campaign week for what we are doing. So the campaign week is this. The 3 wise men coming up next week, beginning Wednesday. So with the jackpot, the 3 wise men coming up greatly. So it's next week. So we are certainly getting there, and with God, all things are possible. So tonight you can play just any money you raise now. Don't use it, just keep it. So the 3,000 we are just doing for you to raise more money for the next week when the jackpot starts. Then you can go on. So it's star 3s and 799 star, star 799 star and 24 hash. Yeah, so just go on with it like that so that you can get some money. But it's 3,000 you're going to be getting as a result of that. So let's just get ourselves off of that, and then we move on. Remember, we are certainly getting there, and so I think we will. And so we think for sure we are certainly getting there. We will certainly get there. We will get there. We are certainly getting there. You know, these are tension times in a country. The tension is building up by the day. And we hope and pray for the best for the day. And with God, all things are possible. I always told you people, *79 and *24# is the code to play with, and then you get 3,000 on this show, like you have been, consistently. So that's the code. You can play with that, and then we certainly get there. So that we'll be able to call some of you up. Normally the 3,000 people, I just do the draws and so forth, but I'll call some of you up anyway. So you prepare yourself for the 3 wise men. Remember, the cash prizes or the rewards runs up to a house as well that people are going to earn for the year's end. And so I think it's going to be good for all of us, so we can pray for that. *79 and *24# is the number to play with. And we are right here. And we think for sure we are certainly getting there. It's now time for eliminations. So we are certainly getting there. So, folks, welcome to class. We get one topic to talk about tonight. The latest twist at the Liberian capital. First of all, I would like to be blunt with you people. That people like us, the only reason you hear me speak sometimes the way I do is, for me, Abraham God sent Wheon to have gone to school, to suffer, scoring my pitiful grades, and sitting on a sound lecturers, and to reach this stage of society. And where I sit, I am able to have a clearer picture and understanding of how society operates. Then for me to have this kind of prowess in me, only to see that bunch of people who are opportunistic, or bunch of people who are opportuned, or bunch of people who are exploiting people, and by virtue of what quantity and not quality, they are sent to national leadership for that kind of human being, then any element of theirs to come up and think that is smart, that where my problem can come from, to just keep you to check and tell you, say, look, then it now becomes my business. Because you know why? When they are calling your name, they say he's a Liberian legislator. Right? He's a Liberian legislator, meaning I am a Liberian. And that person is one of my legislators, right? Good. Now, how do I sit as a Liberian? Allow this 1, 2, 3 legislators, right, to sit and act like they can outsmart people. So if even they are outsmarting other people, and I think I'm not going to be affected, then that's foolhardy way of thinking to think that I'm not affected by that. Because some of them, but just with the exception of what they've got. Now, they got to power, first of all, not by quality decisions, or not by qualitative vetting, but it's out of quantitative result. Not qualitative result, but quantitative result. And that's what democracy is all about. So we don't have any issue with it. Now, so it's out of quantitative result that indeed they get there. Qualitatively, qualitative results are results such as you go through vetting, and you are tested, your IQ is tested. You got to pass through certain rudiments before you find your way up there. Those are qualitative results. So like you go to school, they give you tests, you pass the test, the teacher is able to evaluate it, you go through several evaluations, and the decision is left on the basis of the evaluation that is done. That's qualitative result you get that put you to where you are. Now, quantitatively, this is where the problem is. So quantitatively, people just look at you and say, oh yeah, we just want the numbers. So as a result, it's just on the basis of just numbers. Because some of the decisions that influence that number is not as a result of qualitative testing. No. Somebody just will say, I just let AB, the way you can talk. So when AB can't vote for him, is that quality-based decision? No. Because You haven't vetted AB. You know nothing about AB or whatever it is. You just look at it and just whatever. So your number is going to add on a quantitative basis and not on a qualitative basis. So you see, those are some of the things that I just thought that you can know about. So these kind of people, then when they come here, then people say, we must sit down and close our mouth like the Liberian people, they fooling. Am I not a Liberian for me to take myself from there to think that they're fooling the Liberian people? No, I am a Liberian. So when that kind of person comes up and then thinks that he or she can now deceive me or whatever it is, then I jump into it because I'm a Liberian as well. So I'm affected by that person's trickery. So I got to keep them in check. So even if they will pass it, they will know that somebody or Liberian is there and was able to keep them in check. So that's what we do, and so we are grateful to this, right? To all God has done for us. So keep playing star 799 star, yeah, and of course 24 hash is the number to play with. Star 799 star 24 hash is the number to play with. I will do the draws, then you get your win out of it. We certainly getting there. Remember, with God, all things are possible. With God, all things are possible. So I'm doing some draws initially so that those of you who can start receiving beep, 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 in your phone, yeah, you can get it now, right? I've just done about 4 so far, right? So I'm doing it. So the more you come in, then we go down with it, right? Star 799 star 24 hash is the number to play. Then you get a 3,000, yeah? That the one that we are offering for this week now. So when we are done with it by next week, boom, you start. So when you get the money, don't use it. Like I told you, don't use it. Keep it so that we can certainly get there together. We'll get there together. You can start what I call it tomorrow again. I will come again. And you see the same thing. You try to benefit from it, and we certainly get there together. Oh gosh, this country. We are back. We are back. Folks, let me tell you people something. Today, there was a twist in what happened at the national legislature. But nothing relatively changed. It is still the same thing. Except that Thomas Fowler, whose entire everything, his beginning, his current, everything is the CDC. You know, the CDC is one political party that made people. It is not people who made, with the exception of the ordinary Liberian people. And the ordinary Liberian people, they decided to, and that is where I talk about quantitatively. You see some of the issues. So they have qualitatively vetted Wheon. They know that Wheon was there for them in the refugee camps. That's quality vetting. They know exactly that during the course of the war, Wheon had to leave his comfort like Nehemiah did and had to come to his country because his country wall was tearing down. He needed to come and rebuild his country. He had to leave his comfort and come back to his country. There were other Liberians out there. And he championed the disarmament process or processes leading to disarmament of especially young people whose futures were being ruined. He preserved those young people and said they don't further have to die. They have to live on for them to be part of the future. That's qualitative vetting they did as well. So that is the qualitative vetting, because quality speaks to records. Now, as a result of that qualitative vetting, now they look at him on the football field where he played. He made Liberians proud the world over wherever they went. The moment they mentioned the word Liberia, their recognition was tied to Wheon's existence in the world over. That is qualitative vetting. So as a result of that qualitative vetting, they saw it that he's somebody who's result-oriented wherever he goes and wherever he works and wherever he stays. They saw it in him and said, look, we are going to make this man our president. Because we know he was never president and he was politically affecting our lives. Those decisions of George, we are going into, those are the decisions those are things that politicians do, right? Go into your communities, like during the course of the election. What do? They go into your community, visiting you, and see to it when you say you get problem, they solving it. Not the same thing that we are used to do. It's not the same trend politicians use, but therefore they deceive you. They need something from you before they do it. Those are things, those are the political trends that we are taught at the time, but not with political intentions or with political kickbacks or political rewards. He did it. He was involved into the lives of the people. And for every time when we're in turmoil, we are helping disarming people to bring us back to political stability in this country. Yet, during those periods, he was not contemplating involving himself into politics. But people like Taylor then were smart. People like Taylor then believe that this is how politicians tread. So he was like saying, look, we may one day be contemplating to become president. We are got vexed with it because that was not even his thinking. We are got angry and felt that he was being targeted by Taylor. Because that was not his thinking. Even if you were to ask me, AB, now, with all that I'm doing, somebody say, AB, you want to do this the other day, I would just get vexed because at this point in time, it's not my thinking. It doesn't necessarily mean that tomorrow I can run for a political office. But at the point in time, you are thinking that that is what I'm doing, my job I'm doing, I get vexed. Because that is not what I'm thinking. So the people did all the qualitative thinking. Now, they say George Weah possesses both the quality, and so we only need to apply the quantity to it to make him our president. So they decided to use that to say, look, we'll give Weah the numbers. My friend, brother Joshua, he say, 2029, what are you going to run for? Joji, what's up? How's everything? Oh, yeah, we again. Right? So it is that number that most of them played in. Most of them, they played in it. That's why you saw vote one, vote off, vote one, vote off. For all the period that the Unity Party led, CDC dominated the national legislature, not because of their own prowess, it's because of the love of Weah, because of that qualitative vetting they did. They decided to give him the numbers, and it is out of those numbers the guys benefited. Thomas Fowler is one of the beneficiaries of that. I can list several of them. So whoever loves Weah, and whenever you are on a party ticket, you have to just benefit from it because Weah supports you. And that has been the trend in the CDC. So the revolution was based on, look, we trust this leader, and we believe that this leader, qualitatively, he's fit. He can bring us results. He's a result-oriented leader. So whoever he's pleased with, we will certainly support that person. That is how Thomas Fowler then began to benefit. So you will see a list man from just the playing field or whatever field, you will see them catapulted straight to legislature. It's as a result of their association with Weah. And thanks to some of them who decided to say, look, that is what we're going to do, like the likes of Sir Joseph, Thomas Fowler, the rest of the other guys. You may have had whatever. Do you know that they contested against people who did better than they did during no campaign periods, but of course they still had to win because of Weah? Yeah, there were potential people in the districts who were very much of impact, better educated people. They are educated sound enough. They were better off. They ran in the districts, yet they could not win. Clemenceau Ure then went against Geraldine Dosheri. Then you saw some people there in the same one. Why they got background? All of them. How far they went? No, because of Weah, they flushed all of them. They picked those people who were nobodies because of Weah's quality that the people sensed. They said, look, we allow them to slide. That's how most of you became who you are today. There were people who contested against the CDC in 2017. I think Solomon George, he's one of the guys who contested in 2017. He did not win. But when he joined CDC, he now won. The records are there. For me, I read political trends. So these guys, they will practically say it is Weah who made them. Because of the love of Weah, they benefited. But one thing, they think that they have arrived. They think that they have arrived. They are now themselves. And I want to say thanks at a certain point in time, and I will give you the credit. They really fought their way, and they wanted to see. I don't know why everything just started going wrong. Because I was in Lofa County, I saw the kind of effort that Thomas Fire exerted there to see to it that we have won the presidency. I was there. I know the effort he exerted. And everything was about we are. Agreed. Where things have gone wrong now to go against. Now, when you go against we are, you're not going against we are. Just always think about the same way you benefited from we are and you benefited from the people. Just know that anytime you're going against we are, you're not going against we are alone. You are going against the people. Because it is as a result of the people back into we are that how you became who you are. So as a result, the moment you say you won't go against we are today, and the people stay attached to we are, just know that you are losing the people as well. As a smart person, maybe some of you went to school, you learn good, I don't know. But again, I don't like to look at people's education background because sometimes they just need to apply wisdom. Right? So that is what it is. Most of them think that they have arrived. But they forget to know that the people's loyalty, they did not take anything away from we are when it comes to the political capital in the people. The only thing they took away from we are is to amass wealth for themselves and build mansions for themselves, better place themselves to the extent that they can stay on those and go against we are today. But the political capital of we are has never diminished. I just thought to lay those bases. In most recent time, when the situation unfolded, I had one person who said one thing, and the guys in the CDC, whichever way they like it, if they think they are playing tricks, they are shooting themselves in the leg. But you know, it will not have significant impact. It's trying to expose them. There are people who got around we are, they're not loyal to we are. Most of these people you see around we are, who told you they're loyal to we are? They are only where we are because of what they can get. They are never supporting we are. Now, there's a difference between supporters of we are and that of, I still want to find where I can place them because they are not supporters. You know what they call support? If somebody is supporting me, have you ever seen when they say you are supporting this person and sending them to school, what happens? Do you take away from that person? No. What do? You send towards the person. You apply things towards the person. You gave to the person. Supporters give. Supporters don't take. So, the old man that we see out there, they are the true supporters of we are. They gave their votes. They gave their votes. Most of the people you see around we are, they passing around, oh yeah, Jawia. They are only around him. They are not supporting him. They are there for their personal interest. They are there to take away from him. So we know them. Anytime you are a supporter, you will add. You don't take away. Even a wife in a home who is a supporter to the husband, you will always add value to your husband. When you get you letting, you keep it. When you get you this here and there, your husband wants to go wrong, you tell him, say, no, you will not drink the other money today. We'll buy one bag of cement, we'll go put it down. But a woman who will be with the husband, the moment you get ready, you know, when the husband comes, you get ready, you go buy clothes, you go buy shoes, you get ready, you wearing earrings all over the place. That person is not a supporter of the husband. Because whatever you are doing, you are taking away. When the husband drowns today and gets down, he has no backup. Because you are not a supporter. There are certain relationships that you are in, you don't have supporters. You got to know the difference between people who are your supporters and people who are just merely there to take away from you. There are a lot of real friends he gave businesses to for them to run. They ate the money there and took it away. They never built up those businesses. So like for instance, King 7 here, we are look at it and say, look, Ebi, go and take it. Okay, we rally our own resources and say, look, we'll bring it to this level. This is our own way of supporting what we believe in that he has done. We didn't come to take away from him. So as a result, we are rather checking deep into our own coffers and taking money from there to come and build this dream that he had always had. We are supporting. Why you think some of you are sent overseas and say, Ebi, why your shoe size? There's that. You are supporting me. AB, what do you people need at the station there? There's a friend of mine. He has a big business. He let it be called out. Oh, he had called me recently. AB, whatever support you people need at that station, we'll have to do it. They just recently, Cyrus McGee, who had been at this station here before. He said, he just called me. He said, look, AB, we, the former people of Israel, we are trying to rally something, look for some apples and things. Those are supporters. Anytime you support her, you don't take away. So let's agree. Right? And people may not understand some of the things. You may be a supporter at a certain point in time, but there are times that you come as one who comes to take away and not a supporter. You got to know the kind of people. They will give you all the loyalty that you want. Those are fake things they're just doing to attract your attention so that you will trust them to give them more. That's all. They're getting more. You're losing. Anybody who gives more from you than they gave, in fact, than giving anything, that person is using you. And that's just what it is. I just say this to know you the layers of people around here. Some of the young people you see that they say they committed here and there. Look, when you are committed, you will think about what can I do to help we are? What can I do to make him happy? What can I do? You are asking yourself question what you can do. So like we go out as parents, what do we do to get our children that are support that we are giving them? We are giving them the support. My child wants to be this. What can I do to help my child dream? What can I do? So you're struggling, right? That support you are giving them. You can benefit from somebody. Then tomorrow you are using that against them. That karma, it will go against you and it will affect you. And this is an added advice to my friend and brother T5. T5, don't let these people fool you. Who you are today, my brother, whichever way it is, don't allow this tempting moment to allow you to shut your doors in front of Wheon and make Wheon to think any way about you. There are people, our level of education, T5, the level we are reached. You think people haven't really hurt us before? Or you think some of the people where you think things have been rosy with all that we are giving, you think things have been really fine? You think how life is with? No. These people who have been there, and if they give you platform that you are on, that nothing else can give you, even your education cannot give you. Do you know how many people educated the platform that you on today, Tifa? Who gave you that platform? That we are. So a betrayer comes knocking at your door for whatever reason, Tifa. Never ever, like Sonny Babu will say, turn your back on that person. Yeah, very good. One of my students just said it squarely. If they are not supported, then they are parasites. Yeah, parasite takes away. I like that. Thank you so much. Shadrach and Zoyed. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, I was just trying to think about it. They are parasites. They are not supporters. They are parasites. They come, they suck. They come, they suck. They come, they suck. That's what they do. See, yeah, they are parasites. Thank you so much, Shadrach. Yeah. Right? No matter what it is when it comes knocking, that's when loyalty is tested. I was just telling Akara's grade today. I said the CDC is at the verge of being tested. All that time you be seeing, oh, CDC, we be with CDC, we are loyal to CDC. Let me all of that one in there. The real loyalists to CDC are the old man who stay out there, despite everything they are stay there. The one who are sucking, who are parasites on George Weah. Because George Weah does not have that blood that they used to suck, that blood that they used to what they call the thing, he can't provide them that life support anymore. That now you are seeing them going their way. Because they were only hanging on Weah because of life support. It was Weah supporting them, not them supporting Weah. You see, the whole thing about life support is that the one who is the giver, and they call that donor of life. So Weah was the donor. So as a result, that since Weah cannot give them a general the oxygen tank is empty now. So you got to look for different oxygen tank to hang on so that you continue to live on. So those are some of the things. That's why I don't believe in joining political party or whatever it is. Yeah, no, I'm not a politician. I just have to speak the truth. And most of my truth centers around. You see, where I was now a footballer, but did a lot of football commentaries. I can play anyway. I can play does not mean that you're footballer. Yeah, because I can play doesn't mean you're footballer. Anyway, we're getting there. Yeah. And those are some of the things, right? Let us go on. When you see things happening in these form and factions, you will get to know what it is. When betrayal is knocking your door, T5, like it has started knocking your door, no matter whatever the reasons, whatever decision you will take, let it be in support of your maker. Let it be for the sake of your maker. T5 always sit and say, oh yeah, politics. Now allow. Do you know how many politicians have gone crazy in this country? They have suffered from stroke, they have died, all their properties are gone today. It's because of all these things now. It will be with politics you will enjoy at the moment. But after your political life, you will suffer the consequences of your immoral acts performed while in politics. You suffer that. Because God does not love ugly. Whether you like it or not. If somebody, because of politics, I decided to betray that person, though in politics where that betrayal happened, right? But generally, God counts that betrayal to be something that I have against the person. I will pay for it, whichever day. I may not be in politics again, but I will pay for it. Though it happened in politics, but that betrayal is not going to go unpunished. And at the time you leave political stage, that when you will pay for it. That's why you see most people, they get a lot of structures and things, and you see they are building and getting ratty and always using the Elite mansion on the highway. As classic example, when you're passing, just look at it, how ratting it is today. Like getting things the wrong way. You will never benefit from it. And that's how God works. I always telling you people, the political positions are temporary. Anything can happen, you may leave from there one day. What's next? That's the question you should ask yourself. I'm laying these bases to tell you this. So, telling you about T5 now. I'm aware that T5 is not happy. First of all, T5 wanted to be pro tem. And he believed that he was qualified to be pro tem ahead of Kofa because T5 believed that he exerted all his effort and focused everything on George Weah presidency. So whatever dividends CDC got, he had expected that George Weah was going to influence those dividends, especially at the level of the legislature, because T5 supported people in the county, the less of Okpoto then coming over, Julie Fatuma Weah, all those kind of things that are happening in the county, Lofa County. T5, that the only area he really worked, but the rest of the other areas here and there, his focus, media in Lofa, was not about himself, but it was about Weah's presidency. It did not work. Now came for the speakership. T5 wanted to be a speaker. So he went to Weah, talked to Weah, and Weah said, look, let's just deal with the order of ascendancy. Fonati was deputy. So since Bofo Chim was leaving, you can come as deputy to Fonati and continue like that so that ascendancy can work. Because I know for sure there were times that even Fonati, he and Bofo thing that you saw happen during the election, it was not. But Weah was one person who always used to encode and suppress all of these things. There were times that Fonati and Bofo Chambers couldn't pull it. Despite Fonati being a deputy speaker to Fonati Kofa. Let me say, Fonati Kofa being a deputy speaker to Bofo Chambers. They were not okay. They were not cool. Right? But Weah had this thing that when you even go to him and tell him, say, look, we got to move Bofo, he said, no, let the man serve his term. I know. Those are political issues. Everyone wants to be overly ambitious. Fonati is well prioritized, well placed, and so forth. Being a deputy, especially on a Bofo Chambers. We're not things that, you have really accommodated along the lines. But again, the leadership that was played by Weah then is that we can't fight among ourselves. Let the men move on. So now the election went on. Fonati fought hard. Now the election is over. Fonati think that it is a time. He said, look, Weah, you've been going here and there. Now we have come at this stage now, and this is it. And I gave you all the support across. Though there were people who may not have voted for Weah, but for other parties, Fonati may have given some support along the line to them. because of his speakership. So he was more focused. He was split, focused on his speakership and so forth. But again, it ended up that the CDC had only the speakership. So what have we done? So we are just told T5, look, you are my own son. You are somebody that I think you will listen to me and so forth. But T5 may have taken it somewhat. But again, the end, T5. And so you saw the numbers that T5 won with, right? T5 won with more numbers than Fonati. Yeah, David Speaker role. Yeah, you saw that. Anyway, there were several persons running for speakership. So for Fonati number, it was obvious that he would have dropped because there were several persons running for speakership. And for David's speakership, there were not too much contenders. So it's possible T5 would have had that numbers because there were not too many contenders as compared to the speakership that had too many contenders. So it's obvious that Fonati would have had the kind of number that T5 had. But let's leave all of that. It went on. March, 3 months into it, we start hearing about removal. We start hearing noise. All this, that, blah, blah, blah. And when did that noise start? That noise started the moment Fonati decided to announce that you were ordered in the national legislature. That was when the whole noise started. Two things. One, people may have thought that Fonati wants to tackle his predecessor, maybe Bobo Chambers, or Fonati wants to be president and he's targeting to disgrace Jeremiah Kun to better put himself in a position. The idea about Fonati want to be president, there are a lot of theories surrounding it. Other Fonati want to be president ahead of Wheon, but for him to be that president, he has to destroy Jeremiah Kun. So they say Fonati was announcing that order something because he wants to destroy Jeremiah Kun. Now Jeremiah Kun took him back to T5 and said, look, you T5, you said it now that man is talking about audit. Do you know that the audit thing that they man talking about? Yeah, you got more numbers down there. You have more influence down there. You know the audit thing they man talking about? Yeah, that 2 of our chairman has ways, means, and finance chair. Then Kun got also to what? Emmanuel Nukwe. He said Nukwe. The thing they man talking about down there coming for Prince Moy. Prince Moy, you hearing what that man talking? It got something to do with us. So Jeremiah Kun now decided to use Thomas Farah. Now, Thomas Farah, on the other hand, started putting up some resistance and they're fighting on. Fonati Kofa in the other end, because of the kind of way he structured his committee, it made T5 to now use other elements and say, now look, people who voted for me, Fonati does not want to empower them, but Fonati is trying to empower his kind of cliques. Even to the extent that people that Marcus Tomonen who are standing in section today and doing all kinds of things, they all benefited from the largesse of Fonati Kofa. Why are they leaving? You want to ask yourself that question. So it's not about whether Fonati gave people position or he did SYZ. That's not why it is. So the fight ensued. We are intervened. Tell T5, you calm down. We are intervened. Talking to them, calm down. Let's move. They see where there used to be bickering between Fonati Kofa and that of Buffer Chambers, and we are used to be telling Fonati, let's calm down. Let's like these things. You got to. We don't have to fight about ourselves. It's the same leadership ability that we are continuing to apply in this case. So some elements within the CDC at the National Executive Committee level, they too had problem with Fonati Kofa and believing that he's not one of them who came from the grassroots. So on the basis of all of that, the fight is possible that they are at the level of the executive committee of the CDC where people have issues. But when it comes to we have been one person who always hates confusion. So whatever Father wants to achieve, this is what it is. Let's forward it. The first day the guys started at their stuff, Father had an interview. He had a briefing. And what the Father said is what made me to believe that this whole thing is centered around audit. And that audit, the guys believe that it is behind Fonati wanting to bring certain people down to empower himself so that he can be president in 2029. Because I believe when that audit report comes up, it will be very much damaging. When it's very much damaging, it becomes so bad if you want to hook some people. Because I believe that the same thing Fonati did with the global manning something, the global witness something, where they use it against Tyler and made Tyler very unpopular. They say that the same strategy Fonati wants to use again because the moment the audit report comes up, and for the first time, that's when we hear about audit at that legislature. The moment it comes up and the LSCC takes siege of it, it will be the long horn of battle And the corruption stigma all over the place, it may affect some of them, their political ambition. So they intend to fight back. Tifa says something. I don't know whether he said it out of conscience, but he indicted himself. Let's have a listen. When Tifa responded to say people saying that I am against Fonati Kofa, it's a lie. What's the rationale? When Tifa said that Unity Party people are coming with the issue of transparency, accountability, or who you think able to. So what made Tifa to think that he's looking for protection if he's not in any shady deals? Tifa keep mentioning who will protect me, Fonati, because we're from the same party. Only Fonati can protect me. Who runs for protection? Who talks about protection? Can I be said right here, knowing that I'm working right here at King's FM and doing all my work, then I'm there building relationship with people for protection? No. My work will speak for me. I don't need anyone's protection. My work is what it is. So he kept mentioning protection, protection, protection. So let's have a listen to this. Listen to T5. Right? It is T5 right here. In his press briefing. He did this there. So T5 indicted himself to validate what we are talking here. T5 indicted himself perfectly. So you can see it right. Listen to him, Kino. Me and let the rational people statement. There is a deputy speaker. They've gone away to the renegade deputy speaker. And that is why he said on October 17. So that is what he said. Let's go on. You're listening to T5. Okay. Sorry.
Absolutely no. So, okay, let me speak to this only for the first time today. Just for instance, someone said Fala is against Fonati because he doesn't want to be audited. Okay, if a Speaker Kofa is removed, I think I'm more protected or should be more protected on an opposition speaker from the same political party that will protect me as compared to someone that I don't know that is coming. Could be the ruling party speaker. Look at the analogy. So how am I protected? And the ruling party is saying they fight against corruption, transparency, accountability. So they will come against me, they will come for me. So how do I go there? What sense does it make? Take for instance, the Unity Party provide a speaker here or produce a speaker here. How am I protected? As compared to Fonati, that is from the same political party with me. So that's mere politics. I'm not going to delve into that. The Unity Party provide a speaker here or produce a speaker here. How am I protected? As compared to Fonati, that is from the same political party with me. So that's mere politics. I'm not going to delve into that. The party provide a speaker here. They will come for me. So how do I go there? Corruption, transparency, accountability. So they will come against me, they will come for me. So how do I go there? What sense does it make? Take for instance, the Unity Party provide a speaker here or produce a speaker here. How am I protected? As compared to Fonati, that is from the same political party with me. So that's mere politics. I'm not going to delve into that.
So you got that part, right? Now, there's a rationale behind the whole thing. You want to know. You see, now you can sense something. Listen, clearly, right? So let's take for instance, that even talking here. So, why you, my brother, Chief? The way you spoke like you get something to hide. You are even praising the Unity Party that they're coming for transparency, they're fighting corruption, and this, that. And then if they bring their people, they will come for you. So, are you a rogue? Do you have anything to hide? Are you afraid for them to come for you? Why will you be even saying this? Fala is more protected by the team on the other side. Clarence Guy is already a rogue. You know that he's a rogue. Then you get Jeremiah Koo is a rogue. Emmanuel Nukwe. You know why Clarence Guy is behaving the way he behaves? Clarence Guy believed that Emmanuel Nukwe came from mere taxi drivers working at plantation in Salaland. They became millionaires for themselves. They built houses. And so Clarence Guy believed that they would have time to leave from that same District 5 and build mansions for himself. Just stealing as well. You saw Prince Moi. All of them, they got together. They are also rogues. So where will Father be more protected? Because you're talking about protection. So let's come to analyze Father now. Father is talking about where he can be more protected. Can he be more protected with Kofa or protected in the den of thieves? Where Jeremiah Kun, Prince Moi, Emmanuel Nukwe, all those, even including Eric Talo and all, because they're talking about all the national legislature. You see how all of them come together? Eric Talo. They say fire, Talo, young one, Nukwe say, my man, they fire, we are hard, but we got to unite because the guy want to disgrace all of us. So, where you think Father can get protection from now? Let's ask this question. He's saying it, that own rationale. Let's use it. Where do you think Father can get protection from? Father is not protected with Fonati. Because for Fonati to even come up and say, even I who serve a deputy speaker before, I agree. But let all of us. Where? Where do you think Father is able to get protection? Look, let me tell you something. The things that are happening, they are very essential for our country. We think for sure that we are certainly getting there, and you can see our country transformation is now taking place. Where God is trying to part a bunch of people whom he knows their dealings and everything and tendency you're yoked together, so that the nation can know you and place you in a specific place. So you read human behavior. You know, one thing, criminal minds, right? So, you know, as a lawyer, when we went to law school, these are some of the things. So when we put you on a witness stand and we start asking you a couple of questions, from your own explanation, you know, lawyers, that where you got to be smart. Lawyers, you play. Because when you're not smart as a lawyer, to listen to witnesses, their testimony, that a place you can beat them, nowhere else. To really make your case very, very strong, listen. Good listening. Listen, Google and listen to the person. The person will indict themselves in their own explanation. As a sound lawyer who wants to really be on, you will listen to the person's explanation. You say, good, brilliant. Then you mark the other point. You say, there is XYZ, the man said, right? You mark the other point. At the time of cross, or maybe medium or cross, that's when you can really go. Because the person, if he has been XYZ, Mr. G, you just told us in your testimony that you were so and so place at this time when this was happening. You pleaded alibi. But in your own testimony, that alibi, you killed it off. So I will come back now and hit you here. How do you explain this? And that can only happen when you listen to people and you comprehend their statement. So you see where we are? So you ask yourself the question. So if Thomas Father on witness and I said, do you know why you are supporting these people on cross-examination? I said the only basic reason for which you're able to support these people is because you yourself, from the way you just sounded, you sounded as though you're one of them. Because Kofa is saying group of people out there are fighting him because they don't want to be audited. And some of the people who out there who don't want to be audited, they work in the very position you work in at Ways, Means, and Finance. And they don't want to be checked. And you one person who chair that committee as well. So they want a good rationale. Anybody can deduce from this that indeed you better prefer being supported by their camp, and because you work in a very position as well, there will be subject of audit. Who does not reason that way? Do you think lawyers adore people? Now let me tell you something. The issue about law is about deductive reasoning. When people talking, you listen to them. So you will see a bunch of thieves are getting together to fight for Nati because he announced audit. And because of their political and deep ambitions are going to be hindered by that, they gang up together. and they're fighting him. Listen to some of the things they put in talking. Listen to some of the things that your guy was talking today. I don't know, Mark P. Jury from, I don't know, Maryland or whatever. He said for lesson play, why for not take lesson play from here and give it to Ellen at all? That sounds something in there, you think they put in there for? To you, that sounds something in there. You really listen to them to know why they want to move for that. You see some of the issues? So, can we see it? It's glaring. And you see, Tifa, he moved today. He was not too strategic and smart. I don't know Tifa then. I don't know where they went to school, but I don't know the level of education. But anyway, that is that one. Another issue that wisdom we're talking about here. So let's come here and say, look, Tifa left today to go down there. If Tifa was logical enough, Tifa wouldn't have gone there. You know what Tifa remind me of? Tifa, they already saying that you sign with the other people. Those guys are using a lot of threats and things then to make sure they are threatening you. That if you don't come, we'll expose you. We'll say XYZ. That you T5, that you sent us on the side. The guys then were waiting now to disgrace or expose T5. He went down there, not because of whatever, as he claimed, and will play his statement. He didn't go there. They were threatening him. That you know all in the thing, you know why you sent us here. So if you don't come, that letter was just letter on the surface. If you saw some of the messages that were on it, do you know how long CDC took to talk to T5? He did not listen. Do you know that yesterday CDC sent a delegation, including Toy and Magay, they went to T5 house? T5 told the guys if that they think they want to discuss or discourage him, they will leave his yard. While T5 was talking, a wife came from upstairs. His wife came and told him, T5, please can I go up here, move from in front of these people. They shunned the guys to tell you the level at which you are. And T5 wife, he said, the decision is a family decision. It's not about party. It's not about those of you out there. You think T5 don't care about your NMO? Today, T5 has a family now. He is able to run a family decision. It's not about you. When Josh Wheon took that decision that day to concede to the election result, it was about you. But people say it was for Wheon personal glory. He just wanted people to say peace. That lie. People were going to die if Wheon were going to do otherwise because the Unity Party people were desperate. The military was on the standby. The police people were ready. All those things were set to move on you Liberian people. Wheon did it in your interest. In T5's case, he's doing it for his family. Because he told Samuel Toy and Nathaniel Magadan that you leave my fence. Just yesterday, that this is a family decision. His wife came down for him and said, let's go up. That family decision is. You think it's about what? You? It's about the Liberian people? It's not about them. Then he went up to say he want to be peace ambassador. Who sent you to go do peace? Say he went there to go. And I just people may not understand some of these things. Tifa wakes up like Charles Taylor. So the people are finding it difficult to bring peace in Sierra Leone. They say the rebel then, they've been accusing Taylor. They've been doing SYZ, blah, blah, blah. That Taylor supporting the rebel. Taylor say he's not supporting the rebel. They say that Taylor supporting the rebel. Taylor say he's not supporting the rebel. So the ECOWAS people, then they got ready. The UN decided to use the ECOWAS to come and talk to Taylor. Not only they were ready to set trap for Taylor. The guy who couldn't listen to anybody from ECOWAS. So the guy say, you know how we come and catch Taylor? That Taylor making the guy to be stubborn. Because Taylor has a relationship with them. So let us send Taylor to go to Sierra Leone to talk to the guys. The guys who couldn't listen to anybody. They decided to open corridor and listen to Charles Taylor. And the thing Tifa want to go do today. Tifa say he want to go make peace. Tifa say he want to go. So that group, you don't get nothing to do with them. In fact, as far as you are concerned, what they are doing is against the interest of your party. In fact, the other guys from the party who went down there doing SYZ, you even went, Tifa, no English name can be speaking. I don't know he can speak English to indict himself. The first English he spoke here, he indicted himself like he's a criminal. So let's leave that one. The next English he spoke that shows that he's really in line with that. He said, my colleagues, they have some legitimate concerns. He said it. Like own statement can be putting inside the thing. I don't know whether he can be deliberately or intentionally saying this in there. He said, my colleagues have legitimate concerns. Legit concerns. If Tifa had just said they are raising some concerns that calls for investigation. Because if you are legitimate those concerns already, what else are you looking for again, Tifa? You said my colleagues have some what? Legitimate concerns. You, Tifa, said that. So let's agree. And you say you want peace? Go for your peace mission, Papa. Go in fact, take your mattress and go lay down in RLJ Hotel. You and your wife. You go lay down in RLJ Hotel for you to really do the peace mission thing, good, and then bring the both parties together. T5 is vice chair for operations of the CDC. For him to have done what he did today, then you're sitting there and say, oh, I don't understand here and there. Yeah, I don't understand politics, but I say as I see it. I don't care to look beyond politics. If they want us to look beyond it and know what it is, they will know exactly what it is. T5, when he was celebrated by his colleagues. Well, let's have a listen to him. Right? Let's listen to him as he spoke today. Just listen to him and let's see him as he spoke today. We're about to get to the lines, interact with you. *799 *24# is the number. It's the code that you can use to get your money, to eat some money. *799 *24#. Use it and then you get some money. Right? So let's come to T5. Let's listen to him now. Let's take this one off and then introduce this one. Today, after their short session that lasted for 40-something minutes, according to the audio I got, but let's listen to him. This is what he said. So he joined the majority bloc today, and this is where he is. Are you both seeing now, or you're seeing the stage? Okay, the stage is set. Let's listen to him. Listen to him, Guru. He said he went for peace mission, had this, that, blah, blah, blah. Tifa pull like, oh, went to school. You can't fool people like us. That one thing. He maybe try on other people's minds, not people like us. Let me tell you something. Me, I 2 years ago when you come to do my country business, no way, any friend business inside. I'll be telling you, you don't even know about me.
Colleagues, we have been briefed by the presiding, the co-presiding. We'd like to say thanks to our distinguished colleagues for the process and procedure in keeping with our proceeding and legislators. Mr. Chairman of Judiciary, would like to state here for the record as the Deputy Speaker and presiding in this section that that decision of the majority remains in force. We encourage you to proceed along with the legal team to go to the Honorable Supreme Court to respond to the conference. And there is the Abbas order. Next millennium. Valid concerns. It is my hope to understand the authority of the oath is on the other side. Member in section. I'd like to say firstly, as the presiding officer of today's section, I have come to extend my appreciation to the acting presiding officer in our absence, and to you colleagues, majority member in section, we have acknowledged your request on many occasions, requesting my presence as second among equals. Like we stated to you in our communication, there was in no defiance and disrespect to the function of this body. And we needed to have done some consultations and be able to make some decisions. As you may be aware, we have been in the middle as the dean of this place. We have thought it wise to listen to all sides of the device. For the last 2 weeks, we have been engaged with our colleagues on the other side. Today, I have come to pay respect to you, our colleagues, members of this august body. With the respect and deference that has been given me, I hope my presence here today will help us to work, especially in resolving this situation. In my view, will be in the best interest of our people, will be in the best interest of the oath that we took to protect and defend. Distinguished colleagues on the other side, we are colleagues. We're going to work for the next 6 years in the interest of our people. There will be disagreements, but it is my anticipation that our disagreements, should not further divide us in doing the Liberian people's business. So I have come to call on you, and I liked the presentation made by our colleagues, Chairman on Judiciary, respecting the separations of powers. We understand the authority of the executive, understanding the authority of the legislature as well as the judiciary. We encourage all of us to give respect, as it is being said, to proceed with a team of lawyers representing this body in adherence to the request of the Honorable Supreme Court. Lastly, distinguished colleagues, we understand there are issues. You have some valid concerns. It is my hope again that we all come together, respecting the rules and procedure of the Honorable House of Representatives, in addition to the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, that call for due process. If any of our colleagues is accused, we must adhere to due process, and that colleagues must be given due process. I hope we take emotions, come together. All of the both parties, you are encouraged to come together and invoke the spirit of due process so that we can remediate the situation. And once we come together again to do the Liberian people business. Having said that, distinguished colleagues, I'd like to say thank you so much. Hats off to you as we continue to do the Liberian people's business. Thank you.
All right, Cillian on the part of our deputy speaker. And that is why, you see, this is where the chicanery comes in. And I'm looking at it from all sides. Any move that will be made, let's say, for instance, you can catch me by surprise. I understand people say, oh, yes, Father is talking to. How did Father reach here? Did Father consult with the political leader? Because that is where the consultations are. So let's agree I am here at this station. And I know that the Kings FM, certain group of people left from here, they say they're having issues on the other side. And the boss man does not want to. Okay, I can remember when the Kings FM guys had some problems here. Yeah. So they raised the issue, went to the Prezo, tried to talk to the Prezo to see to it that they can resolve the issues. Now, to go talk to these guys, I needed to seek his permission. Because I don't want to be seen like I am the one that cared more about this or whatever it is. So whatever Father would have done, if Father was in touch and not for his selfish interest, one, Father wouldn't have shown the legs of Nathaniel McGill and Samuel Toyden with his wife, saying that a family decision. So Father didn't go down there to go make peace. That's a blatant lie. Father would have said, look, I want to, or whatever it is, you trust me. You just talk to Kofa. I want to go on the other side and then bring the guys over. That would have been something. Time like this, the party would not have seen him as a betrayer. Or Father shocked even the standard bearer today. Let me tell you that he went against the standard bearer because if he had respect for the standard bearer, you have consulted him and said, Chief, the prayer team reached now where it is. Let's agree that Father even wanted for the men to move in one play games then. He able to bring the garden under the gabble of the speaker and still use his own game and still remove the speaker. It will not be Father to call. It will be because the speaker failed to reach out to these people who are angry and the guys' numbers are going up. He will not have to be seen that way. So if he had consulted, I gotta teach some of these things. You know, people here think that we just criticize. No, we don't just criticize. We put forth the necessary, better alternative that would have been employed to have made yourself to look like a clean character. So you look at him on the other side, and then you have gone and say, look, Father, there is a situation. And let me say, Chief, there is a situation. I would like for you to please, and I see my mood I'm going to make on tomorrow. I know the news will carry, let the newspaper carry, or whatever it is, let them carry any way they want to carry, but I just want for you to know that there is the action I'm going to take. So that you don't see it like it's disrespect or I'm going against the party because I'm a high-ranking member of the party. So I'm not going to do that. These are common sense. These are deductive reasoning. These are all wisdom that you just employ. Even if you still want to do what you want to do just by doing these simple things. Tomorrow when the poster backlashing, you say, look, you want to call me a betrayer? Do you know how many consultations I had before reaching this decision? Do you think I'm disrespectful to the existence of the party? You think I'm a father can acknowledge the majority bloc and their position? Why he doesn't want to acknowledge the party's position? You see, I acknowledged it. I talked to people I'm supposed to talk to before I reach here today. I'm here to make sure that we all get under the same umbrella for the sake of this country. And I did talk to XYZ person. That would have been Father's defense. You think some of us haven't been met with these kind of critical decisions before? We have. We've been confronted with them. The way we go about them, that's why I'm teaching him here today. But whichever way it goes, I wish him all the best. Maybe he may not have done it intentionally to go on their side, but he spoke well. To say, oh yeah, people need to come together. So that indeed in this peace game that he's on, we wish him all of the best. But I'm just telling him these are missteps that he had along the way. Thanks so much to all of you. Let's try to go on. This is where we are. So there's a three wise men. Just take a break on it. You listen to it. It's by next week. It's taking full flesh. Let's go on.
The three wise men have finally come. The on Kings FM. Yes, for the November year, the first wise man now choose Wednesday and Thursday to give all the Google thing he get. He will be giving $20,000 Liberian, $50,000 Liberian, and $100,000 Liberian on Wednesday and Thursday. Yes, and on the 28th of November, you will get plenty motor buy to plenty winner, and the BB winner will win $1.2 million Liberian to close November. This second wise man here, he's partnering with Tyler Reed and will also give $20,000 Liberian, $50,000 Liberian, and $100,000 Liberian on Wednesday and Thursday. On the 21st of December, he will be giving away plenty iPhone 16 Pro Max, and one big winner will walk away with a saloon car. Yes, so a car on the 21st of December at the Tyler Reed Festival from the 22nd of December to the end of January 2025. The third wise man will also be giving $20,000 Liberian, $50,000 Liberian, and $100,000 Liberian on Wednesday and Thursday. And at the end of January 2025, one big winner will walk away with a newly built 2-bedroom house in Marshall City, Margibi. Now, whole horse. All you need to do is dial *799*100# and play with just $200 Liberian or $1.50 US. The more you play, the better your chances to win. The three wise men say, even if you play with the first man, you can win with the second man. And if you play for the second man, you can still win with the third man. The three wise men mean business. Oh, this game here is licensed by the National Lottery Authority, empowered by Lone Star Cell, MTN, and Radio Entertainment Liberia. Listen to the radio and winning money. Liberia, Jack get better. Play small, win big, yeah, that's the way. Every hour.
Okay, so that's the three wise men. I want to say thanks to Crown Support as well, being proud associated with the show. So let me hear from Winston Blading as to where we are with all of these buhahats that's ongoing at the national legislature. And so let me just ask him a couple of questions on it so that you can guide us on where are we with all of this that happened today. Is there anything big that changed? And where are we headed with this? Winston Blading, how you doing, boss?
Thank you so much. I love that. Where are we with all the bohaha?
Yeah, man. You guys are interesting. Anyway, Winston, yeah. So let's hear from you. There was a twist today. We want to understand from you how significant was that twist and what impact will it have on the process? Tell us what happened today.
Thank you so much, AB. So we anticipate Deputy Speaker Father crossing over to the opposition bloc.
Okay.
After Speaker Black, because there has been speculated that allegedly he has been the one behind this whole removal of Speaker Kofa.
Okay.
Or to disprove his accuser, we did not see it happening today. If you can recall, when Speaker Kofa was out of the country in Italy, the day the legislature returns to Capitol Hill, the first day was presided over by Representative Thomas Father, the Deputy Speaker. That did not materialize because there was no quorum. After the session, we asked him on the first day by staff of the legislature. The defense at that time was that the guys were still out of the country. I mean, the honorable, I beg your pardon. Some of them were en route to Monrovia. So by Thursday, it was been anticipated that session was going to be held. On that Thursday, before the date of session, we got hinted that there was going to be a drama on Capitol Hill.
Okay.
A resolution was going to be placed on the agenda against House Speaker Councilor Konati Kofa. So we went early that morning. Supporters of Speaker Kofa, I mean lawmakers, wherever they're on ground. And that's how that first day started on Capitol Hill. The anti-Kofa group was prevented from having session in the both chambers of the legislature, I mean the House of Representatives chambers and that of the joint chambers. So after some time when Speaker Kofa returned to the country, in fact, that very day, when we interview
and so Winston, because of time, we don't want to go to the recap of all of those things now. So what happened today? What impact will it have? That one, I'm just asking you, please. I beg you.
So I was just trying to bring the public up to speed.
Yeah.
For all of these things, to summarize, the Deputy Speaker, based on several allegations against him that he has been undermining Speaker Kofa, he has been the one behind this whole thing, which he have denied. He was waiting 2 times, comforting the day, and to the dismay of members of Speaker Kofa team, we saw Representative Thomas Father moving into the joint chambers to preside over that body. He was there, they did a prayer, the roll call, and he asked Michael Thomas, the representative of District 4, to provide an update as it relates to the invitation from the Supreme Court of Nigeria. But Michael Thomas updated that body by saying the decision by members of the majority bloc to hold their own session was in no way to respect the Supreme Court. To summarize it, they will be there on Monday. So Thomas Father instructed the Committee on Judiciary and other members to honor the invitation as for the majority bloc for the Supreme Court on Monday at 10 o'clock. Right after that, he also went on to make clarity saying that his decision to be among members of the majority bloc of anti-Kofa was to prove to them that that he is the second among equals, and in no way intended to disrespect them based on the fact that he was invited 2 times and did not show up. But what really shocked people up Capitol Hill today is for Thomas Father, the Deputy Speaker, to see moving in front of the convoy. In fact, he led the convoy in a serene from Capitol Hill straight to, I don't want to say our LG Hotel, but I suppose that's exactly where they are coming. But he led that group in a convoy with a heavy serene and heavily security men out of the grounds of the Capitol. So since then, people have said that the deputy speaker have betrayed, and that what some lawmakers are saying. But from inside Speaker Kofa camp, they have said to us, AB, that they knew exactly that as part of the 25 men of defense, I told you that Councillor Kofa only named 25 men constitutionally to prevent the anti-Kofa bloc from getting the numbers of 49. And what that number is required, and they get the signature and they put that complaint against him, the speaker will have no choice. And imagine the deputy speaker is also welcoming the issue of due process against Speaker Kofa. He says Speaker Kofa should be heard. There is a need to come back together in one chamber. I don't know why it's going to be the John chambers or the Honorable House of Representatives chambers. But the speaker leaving that group, it is time a shock to Speaker Kofa camp, because according to some of the lawmakers that we spoke to, they knew exactly that Deputy Speaker was not a member of that team. In fact, he had been heavily accused of undermining the Speaker removal. And today, maybe we can say he proved it on today when he went to them, even if he decided to honor that invitation. What people expected him to do after he made that clarity that my presence here today is not to go against the speaker to have him removed, but to prove to you that the second more equals here. People expected him to go back into the regular chambers, but when he called for motion for adjournment, it is undebatable. He got in a convoy and adjourned all. So as we speak, one person was absent from Speaker Kofa camp today. So there were 28 in session today, and they marked the deputy speaker absent, and another person asked for excuse as well. The chief clerk, her normal protocol, her normal team, whenever there was a fight at the legislature, she would always write a communication to avoid the fight between both parties, take a medical leave. When the fight shall have subsided and there was a calm, you will see her back to work. But the entire secretariat today, a slap in the face of Speaker Chimo, left him and went up to the majority black in the John Chambers. That's exactly where you have the entire secretariat today, covering that session with the ledger, and just everything, including the deputy sergeant at arms, and other people were all there today. So Speaker Kofa now left with 25 men. As to whether Deputy Speaker Kofa will return to the normal chambers on Tuesday, we don't know. But he argued here today that he never went there to honor man Speaker Kofa. He went there to prove that he's separate among equal. But while he left in the convoy, while he was in that serene, while he drove members, every serene, as if to say, he is the presiding officer of the Honorable House of Representatives. So Speaker Kofa and his group are now left with 28 men. And let me state this to you and those that are listening. The guy from the anti-Kofa bloc, they have vowed that this weekend they're going to do everything possible to take 5 men from among Speaker Kofa black, to join them on Tuesday. Perhaps they could go into the regular chambers on Tuesday and present that complaint or that resolution to have Speaker Kofa removed, which of course is not going to be automatic. It's a long fight. Yes, they got to be subjected to investigation, and that 49 men must be prepared to raise their hands. So that's where we are now as we speak, AB.
Wow. And actually, T5 said, and I would like to call him T5, sorry. The deputy speaker said that he wanted due process. And I think that issue about due process is what Fonati himself and the rest of the other people have been calling for, that he wants a due process. The only thing that is not clear as to whether that due process will be called for under the gabble of the speaker, in which he will have to recuse himself, like he had always said, if they can have the numbers, and to go to appear before him, and so that they can ask him to recuse himself and attend to all of that. Don't you think that's the mood that the deputy speaker is making at the moment?
I can say to you, AB, legislatively, and based on my years of experiences at that place, the deputy speaker actually slipped today. He actually slipped. There was no way, AB, that horse can get to presiding officer. There is absolutely no way. If the deputy speaker already mean business, saying he slipped, and this is my justification. When he went there today, in order, for that respect, he shouldn't have even taken all the presiding chair or seat to take the gavel, call for sessions to be called to order, read the agenda, everything, and call for prayer, what have you. He actually slipped. Now, when it returns to to the main chambers of the House of Representatives, in the midst of all of these things, the deputy speaker was the one who was supposed to be presiding if the complaints were brought forth with the 49 signature and asking for the recusal or the resignation or the removal of Speaker Kofa. It would have been the deputy speaker to preside over the legislature, the overall House of Representatives. But in this case, he's already conflicted, AB. He's conflicted. He shouldn't have taken over the presiding chair today. If he was doing it for respect, legislatively, I know exactly if there is anybody that understands the legislature at that place, is Tomo Fada. But I don't know what actually went wrong today. He shouldn't have, behaved the way he behaved today by sitting in the presiding chair. He should have chosen to sit among the lawmakers, say, you're coming because I hear. But I'm not here to preside. I'm here to listen to what you people want to say because of the law. But as we speak, AB, he's conflicted already.
All right, let's watch and see what happens. But like they said, though they are being defiant for the fact that he even went there and said that they should respect the Supreme Court has asked them to have a stay. They never had to have section. And they went on to have that section. And which, of course, I told one of the confidants of Thomas' father, that was a brilliant excuse he would have used to say that for the father, the Supreme Court sent X, Y, Z. I cannot just attend until the matter of the Supreme Court is resolved. That would have been an escape route for Tifa. Again, education and that of being sincere in matters and everything. By the way, thanks so much. We look forward to seeing Monday when the Supreme Court shall have come up with what it wants to come up with. We are certainly getting there. But I think all everyone interested in is the issue of the rule of law, the NIM 49. Yeah. And you are saying the guy got...
Before I even forget, the Nima County Representative Musa Hassan Bidid, as a matter of fact, is recommending that the Honorable House of Representatives be shut down and communicate with the Liberian Senate so to have the two body or the entire legislature shut down. That thing, after we put by Representative requested all members of the Honorable House of Representatives, minority members, to be patient, calling for an emergency meeting on Monday, right after the Supreme Court hearing, at which time the body will be updated on the way forward. So that's where.
So there's an emergency meeting expected from the Kofa's camp as a result of the Supreme Court's.
Minority member, no, but as to respond or makes decision on Representative Musa Bidid request for the shutting down of the legislature. They want to shut the House of Representatives down and communicate with the Liberian Senate. And from the other side today, they are also recommending that the deputy chief clerk, because the chief clerk is absent, to write the president or the executive to write the judiciary and inform them that they have taken charge. I don't know such a request, whether it will be honored by the judiciary or the executive branch of government.
Let's look forward to seeing.
Also, too, the budget has been suspended and they are asked for more time and they are vowed to submit the budget on the 8th. With this, AB, I can say to you, it is a delayed tactics. The executive knows exactly what they are doing before that budget can be submitted. Perhaps
they want the resolution, right? They want to know a clear leadership before they can submit the budget.
Yes.
I think that's a good mood. Anyway, the executive is smart. Everyone playing smart, and that is very much good. We wish T5 all of the best in his mediation effort because he said he wants to bring everybody under one umbrella and let the right thing be done. So we look forward to seeing that.
Is it true? Is it rather that he wants to bring everybody on board for the right to be done? I think he slipped to the AB.
All right.
Actually, we should have left with that comfort to even preside over that body. Is no way they can have two presiding officers of that place.
Yeah, but he's a sound man. He's a sound man and understands legislature and so forth here and there. So maybe he knows exactly what he's doing. Maybe.
So why if the speaker agree to recuse himself? Will the deputy speaker be the one to preside? He's already conflicted. There's going to be laws. He's not going to be the one to preside.
All right, and we think for sure. Thanks so much, Winston.
Thank you so much, your followers.
All right, so let's look at it. It's very much important that we just give these highlights. So let's get to the lines. That's the drama on Capital. That's the buhaha that is on Capital Hill. And you can now call in, and then we can have your say right here on this very day. We are certainly getting there. Where are we getting as a nation and people? Currently, as we speak, we are hearing from the office of the former president that he will be speaking. But of course, the party did release a statement today expressing disappointment in Thomas Fowler. Others said that statement was very weak. But the president, the former president, who's a political leader, will be speaking in due course. As to when, we don't know. But again, the party has already spoken. So, this is it right here on this very day. Let's get on to the line and talk to these callers right here. El, how are you doing?
How you doing?
Yeah, fine. Please go on just a minute.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I'm Oro Johnson, calling from my 77 resident district 5.
Okay, let's hear from you, please.
Yeah, for some of all, it was not just surprising thing to some of us because we know on the fact that it happened in local county, people die for so much out of it. That same movement, we saw what happened with Virginia and the person that he won, that he went on the person side. So that some of us did not surprising. I know that in the CDC to not have any jobs from some of us again no longer. Thank you.
Okay. All right, and so this is it right here. Let me get on to the next line. Hello, how are you doing? Hello. The next caller, and let me go on to the female line. Our mothers and sisters, they are ready. Hello, how are you doing? Okay, so let me get on to this one again. Hello, how are you doing?
AB.
Yep, how are you doing?
How you doing, AB? This is Fabi calling for the PHP community.
Let's hear from you, Mabi.
AB, it will never belong to Bobo. It will never be what we all represented at it that the KCC today. It will live after they and live after their children. They will never get peace. They will always be tormented in their life. No peace. They will get on their soul here. When they get to that party, they will never get rest and get their guests. And they will never get peace. On their son, they will be tormented in their homes by their wives and their children. And they will never find peace. None sin go unpunished. The Bible says, hey, they will never have peace on their son. And there, CDC, not suffer. We suffer for them. We suffer for some of our basic. We put our Heritage people. We left our community to go in a community. So 40, you will never get peace. Every one of them. Thank you, AB.
Thanks so much for your contribution. We appreciate that, and we are certainly getting there. All right, so let me get on to the next caller right here. Hello, and I get to the WhatsApp line as well. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, good afternoon, AB.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, my name is Elizabeth Jason. I call from Chicken Factory.
Alex, let's hear from you, please.
Oh, AB, my heart is burning. My heart is burning. Tifa, let me tell you, the poor of Chicken Factory. Look, Tifa, you make us shame. You make CDC say shame, Tifa. Tifa, we trust you, Tifa. You let us down today. We are bleeding. If any other person could let a party that could not be Tifa, because we place ourselves in the senatorial election. We have our shot there on a royal, the Chicken Factory Commission. We place ourselves on the line for Tifa. People mourn at us. The Lord people laugh at us, Tifa. And today, Tifa, because of the wealth that you accumulated against the Liberian people, you are afraid of falling. And today, you are paying a party back in that of President Wheon, the way you paying about Tifa. But remember, there is a tomorrow. There is a tomorrow. And I'm calling on the party officials who are all the primaries and other things. Look. If they dare try in Tifa and they go and do that crooked thing, they bring Tifa back. Look, all right, it will be the biggest protest.
Thank you, boss, for your contribution.
For the party.
All right, thank you.
It's happening that people.
Thank you so much. And he said he's going on mediation efforts. Hello, how are you doing?
Yeah, good evening. Maybe how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. Please go on. Let's listen to you.
Yeah, great. You know, I mean, what Tifa did today, we don't worry. You know, people don't know the kids. They coined the Italian. Sometimes you sit down, you drink something, you don't know what you're doing, but you can be watching you. But somebody you remember that you were setting plan 2005, and they took it from that point, and today, from representative to deputy speaker. But I mean, you can't worry anybody. What we're doing here is that we're watching these people. Speaker Kofa will not resign. That number they will reach that number and go to second and present their case, and then they'll go through. But the Speaker Kofa will not. He will not resign. But somebody you understand that we're looking at him, whatever you're doing. So I just want to say thank you very much.
Thanks, boss, for your contribution. We appreciate that. And Ebi Connor, let's hear from you.
Hey, my dear brother, thank you for the show. Thank you for the analysis. You said it right, brother. You know, you can be friends with somebody when the person does wrong, you say it. And that's the only way we'll be able to. But Ebi, for me, I'm not surprised. Why? From the very day Marvin Cole and Elo Pape Flomo and friends are focused were trying to close the door with the other supporters. They were trying to close the door in front of Tamafala, the deputy speaker. On that very day, you were trying to force a way in. Look, Ebi, your boss, nobody will tell me that Tamafala was not in the know that that guy had resolution that day to put it on the agenda if he had presided. And Ebi, on that day, when Kofa was not in the country, that the day they're going to remove Kofa. Because it was planned. But up to the representatives stood with the, with the other supporters. For me, I'm not surprised. But I think the party need to be very, very much careful how to deal with the issue. One, the acting chairman was very quick to come up with that statement. And I believe for myself, I think that statement was very weak on the power of Jangako. It was very weak. It was very weak. And Tamafala say he's going to go to, he's the peacemaker. He's the UN now. He's the peacemaker. But like your colleague said, he was not sort of preside. You want to go make peace, so sit down and want the colleagues, your colleagues. And tell them, say, hey, this man needs due process. You know the rules. That area want to go, you can be on the floor and get your numbers. But the guys are doing the thing, how serious manner investors will come to that country. The very people that can make the law, they are breaking the law. Tell me, Ebi, how serious manner investors will come to that country?
Okay.
Right. That's the reason why people are doing things to our people in Nima County, in King George, nothing coming for out of it. Because these people are supposed to be defending the people, they are not doing nothing. They are breaking the law themselves. How you go to the people and tell them what? Thank you, Ebi.
Thanks, boss, for your contribution. We appreciate that. And we certainly get in there. Hello, how are you doing? Hello? Hello? Wow, we hope, the calls keep coming, but of course, continue as well. All right, so let us see, what do we do here? And we certainly get in there. With God, all things are possible. And we are certainly getting there. We will certainly get there. Let's rush up. Hello, how are you doing? Hello? Hello, how are you doing?
Hey, how are you? You getting me?
Yeah, getting you now.
Good morning from Australia. It's Martha Pelu calling again.
Okay.
Yeah, Ebi, with the stabbing in the backward suppressing, it will be Thomas Fala. Right? I'm just speechless. I don't know how to put Thomas Fala. The trust we put in Thomas Fala, it's just confusing, Imagine 2020 when he lost election to Daro Dillon. I cry in the country. I cry like a baby. You see this in Australia, no? Oh yes, I cry for good 3 days. And someone for can do this to CDC. It's just so confused. So I don't even know how to put where he is, what have he done to us to betray the president. Like you said, people went to his house to him. The president sent people to him and he's standing out. His wife stood and told him, said, this is the family issue. I give up. I give up. All I want to say, we're looking up to him. 99 days for rule, 1 day for master. Thomas will get a result. Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am, for your contribution. We appreciate that. And Steve Kahu, let's hear from you quickly.
Yeah, good evening, JB.
Yeah, let's hear from you.
I put just to you, my man. The first thing happened, I told you. I said Thomas Fala was responsible, and the party should take immediate action. They should expel him, and I was frank about it. Today, they have proven there's nowhere, my brother, that you, as a member of a party, not just an ordinary man, an executive, a force of the party, someone that the party has invested and have empowered, will be at this level, my brother, is something that I saw from the day Marvin Cole and Foucault and those guys resisted him, and his action, the way he was responding to Foucault, instead of being neutral, he was being forceful. I knew this guy, he was responsible. And while Yeke Kaluba had been saying that the money coming out, keeping people somewhere, Thomas Farah is responsible, is true. The issue of the audit is the battle here. And I just want to say that even if I want to do any other thing, or to have said why he said today on the platform, to shun Samuel Twe and Nathaniel McGill, to ask them to leave his yard. This man, the party should just expel him. Father can go. I told you there's no way that Father, who is the reason for which the Boto and the Wea became represented in Lofa, could not have high influence on them, or would not be in the know that these two people were signing on the majority stuff. It's not possible.
It's not possible.
It was lie, and Father were responsible.
Okay.
Here we are today. I just want to thank you.
Thank you, boss, for your contribution. We appreciate that. Let me get on just a few calls. We're certainly getting there, and with God, all things are possible. And let people get what they can get. I told you people always that never trust politicians. Not tie yourself to them. Believe in who you believe. There's any politician you can trust me. That's all I can tell you. Yeah. Even the folks within the CDC who call themselves executive, I don't trust them. You have no record of them. There's nothing you know about them. At least somebody you have record of is weird. The rest of the other people, don't just trust them. Hello, how you doing? Anyone of them can flip at any time. Hello, how you doing?
Hello, Eddie.
Yeah, mommy, how you doing?
Thank God. Thank you so much, Papa. Thank you. Long time talk to you. Thank you. Let God bless. Let God bless your whole entire family. You know, I've been bereaved. I lost my 43-year-old son.
I'm a sympathy.
Yeah, that's why I've been quiet here. But let me tell you, this is let the children play. You know, this world we're living in every day that break for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
They think what some of them doing, where you see just coming, or it's not just not they be betrayed. That in front of Thomas Fala, I can say they kill a people child in Lofa for the same politics and party business. Let Thomas Fala then, we don't know what God doing. Because that God gave everybody the breath to get up in the morning and to reach the time and age and season to get the position. Let Thomas Fala then parlor together. We don't know why God is putting these people together. Let them parlor together.
You're right.
When Thomas Fala then go, other people will join CDC. I only want to say to sedition, from the standard bearer down to everybody, the whole entire CDC camp. Don't be fast to talk. Be slow and leave the rest with God. We don't know what the Lord is doing. Because our whole entire country, we don't know what God is doing. Yes. Let it leave everything. Say what you want to say. But let the Lord do his work.
Let the Lord do his work. I like that. You're right. Thank you. I like that.
Let the Lord do his work.
Okay. All right.
Everybody get their deal. Thank you. God bless you.
I like that. Thank you. Pastor, just a minute. I don't have time. I have an emergency to attend to.
Yeah, plenty. Yeah. Plenty. So I was texting you today, sir. But like you said, for us, we are now moved. We are now disappointed. Look, there are things that will happen. You know, sometimes like what's about us that didn't even have his end? And we still believe in George Weah. Even after 24 years, we still believe in George Weah. What more? But look, these things sometimes happen for a reason. Like the woman said, you will see the real people. Look, there's only one person who can leave CDC. Then you taking away the hearts of the party. That John Weah. The party said they made men. Men don't make themselves. For me, I know why I'm not irritated. I'm not moved by
no, certainly.
Whoever that leaves the party, CDC with me, the party of our heart. You can go anywhere you want to. Live your luxury. Live your life. You can do all you want to. It is CDC. It is just where it is the country that we have interest for. Not for men. Some of us go. You draw. Look at Jeremiah. I know one Sokan. Sokan, who I saw the other time, you turn your back on CDC when you were, Mom, what kind of country is this? Where are the sacrifices and morals?
We are certainly getting there, my brother.
God is there.
God is there. Thank you. And let me get on to this one. Just pick two more, then we try to wrap up. Yeah, let me get to the WhatsApp line here. Hello, how you doing?
Hello, brother Eddie.
How you doing,
hello?
Sir? Quickly.
Yeah, hello, brother Eddie. This is Christopher. We are calling from Rhode Island.
Okay, let's hear from you, please.
Yeah, Eddie, you know, we as a physician, we have come a long way to see our own physician betraying us. This is not the first time, not the second time. The only thing we physicians sometimes will regret because people ride on the popularity and the image of we are, and they get in power and they do their own thing and they seek power for their own selfish gain. But the only thing I can tell T-Father know what Joey we are to him for, he know what the party to him for. Not to go unpunished. The last one I'm going to tell T-Father, the breed like a disgrace or rooster, all will come from the back. The days are normal. Have a wonderful day, brother.
Thanks, boss, for your contribution. We appreciate that. Let me get to our mom's lines and so they can get on. Hello, how are you doing quickly? Hello?
Yeah, good evening, Avery. How are you today?
Yeah, fine. Please go on. Let's listen to you.
I'm grateful for calling from Stephen to our estate.
Okay.
Yeah. Avery, some of us, these things are not surprising to us. Yeah, because it won't take you 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years to know somebody.
Okay.
The moment you start to interact with somebody, for me, the moment I start to interact with you, I know who you are. You know, we used to tell people.
Hello, you say that? Sorry, I don't know why he's you on, but let me just get on to this one here quickly. Then we can, yeah. Hello, sorry. Hello?
Hello, Abby, how you doing?
Yeah, fine, ma'am. Let's listen to you, please.
Yeah, that's what calling was doing.
Say?
That's what calling was doing before.
Guinea-Bissau. Okay, go on. Let's listen to you, please.
Yeah, that was another thing. About from everything hot. Wow, hot to do. I don't know what to say. So wow, that was.
You're right. You're right. Well, people will come, people will go. It doesn't matter what it is. That's politics.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Yeah, you just try to keep strong, and it's about our country. Sometimes you want to tie to party. Again, you want to say the nation as a people. That is how we show ourselves as who we are. What do we stand for? We don't just flip because people flip. No, I'm not moved by individual changes. I move by my belief. And if that individual change has a belief that aligns with my belief, I support you. And that's just me. I'm not supporting individuals, no. I support belief system. Because the belief system is constant and it's something that everyone else can subscribe to and benefit from. I want to say thanks to all of you for the time tonight. We're going to be back here on the weekend's edition of the show tomorrow. It's going to be quite fascinating and right here on this very day. And we are forever grateful to all of you for all you have done for us and with us. Keep playing your cash giveaway. I've done the draws for those of you what they call, and I sent it to you already, the 3,000. And let me just do about 5 more here. 1, 2. So it goes up to 25 winners. All right, so we can stop there. All right, so that is it right here. I want to say thanks to all of you for the time. Until we are back here, continue to pray for the peace of this country in the wake of all that's happening. But remember, there is a group that's already formed, and that group is moving all over the place. They call them March on the Capitol. March on the Capitol. There's a group, March on the Capitol. That group, I don't know what is it about or what it is. I'm just hearing about it. Someone just sending message in other group chat. Please add me in the group, March on the Capitol. March on the Capitol for Ra, who are the guys that are leading that group of people who intend to march on the Capitol. What are they marching on the Capitol for? I don't know. But again, we are certainly getting there. Thanks so much to all of you. We'll get to understand the nitty-gritty of that group and know the leaders behind it. Well, I'm understanding my friend and brother Vendela Patrick, and I'm a Lack brother, and it's also part of that group.